Hello friends of Tony's Little Garden, welcome to another video where today I'm going to explain a very interesting technique that I use a lot but I had never filmed before. This technique is called false sowing and essentially it's preparing our garden bed for planting but not actually sowing anything. And now you'll understand everything. I was taking out the corn I planted this year, a really cool variety. Look here. It's called rainbow corn. I'll put a link to my Etsy store in case you want to get seeds. And I've noticed that some plants have already produced seeds. Some weeds, or known as weeds, whatever you want to call it, I don't mind. So now I'm preparing the bed. I'm going to prepare the bed. I'm going to remove all the crops. And if I were to plant now, well, all these seeds that have fallen from the weeds are going to germinate. So let me continue step by step and you will understand everything. The first thing we need to do right now is remove the corn. This technique is ideal to do at any time of the year when we are going to prepare a bed for cultivation. Especially if weeds have grown inside the beds or in the paths, especially those where they have grown so much and produced seeds. So ideally, for example, now we are in autumn. One of the best times to do it because the plants have been releasing seeds from everything. The growth of summer. And really, in the future, this can become a problem in our garden bed. Keep in mind that even though we have put mulch on this crop, in the end, it has degraded and incorporated into the soil. Another very interesting technique, because look at how good the soil we have is. I'll leave a link here about the benefits of mulching and why to mulch. But as you can see, at the end of the crop, we also get weeds. This one, for example, is also full of seeds. Because if we leave them like this, they end up falling to the ground. And really, in the end, it becomes a problem again because the cycle starts anew. So we remove them entirely by the root. And we keep removing the crop we have. We have already finished with the bed. In this case, we are not going to add manure because we are going to plant beans. Okay? And beans, well, do not need much fertilizer. So the prepared soil will do. In the case of other crops, we would add manure. And we would go over everything later with the double-handled fork or with a rope. Well, we would prepare the soil. And with the corn crop, don't think we're going to throw it away. We will just let it dry for a few days. And then, it was a year again to shred it to serve as a mulch for the beans. So they returned to the land where they were. We closed the circle. And look at how loose the soil is thanks to all the work we do year after year in our garden bed. You have a bunch of videos on the channel to take a look at to achieve this loose soil and nourished. And as I tell you now, with the double-handled fork, the only thing we're going to do is loosen the soil a bit. It's an incredible tool. I'll leave you a link on the screen in case you're interested. More information about it, which helps us and is much faster than the hoe. With it, what we are going to do is simply loosen the soil, in case there are clots. And if we had added manure, it's a very easy, very quick way to incorporate it into the soil. As you have seen, we also used the rake and left it as if we had planted, and now we need one last very important step. We are going to give it a very good watering, especially so that those seeds left from the weeds or even from other crops begin the whole germination process. It is true that in autumn, at least in my climate, it wouldn't be so necessary because it will probably rain tomorrow and we won't need it. But I use it as an example because in seasons like spring or in summer, we would indeed need to apply watering every 4 or 5 days. Important to be prepared if you want to use this technique, which is excellent. We have to do it 10 or 15 days in advance. Now we are going to wait 10 or 15 days and you will see the result of the false sowing. We are going to give the weeds time to germinate. So with that time, they will have more than enough. Really, in 1 week we will start to see. And even if it seems like we are doing more work, we will ultimately save a lot of time on weeding. Remember, these weeds were going to sprout anyway. 2 weeks have passed and as you can see, some little plants have germinated. Okay, there aren't many in this case. But I want to show you why false sowing is actually done. It didn't go very well in this bed, but I'm going to show you why it's better. Notice, in this bed I didn't do false sowing. That is my daughter's garden bed where they throw everything. I didn't do false sowing and I planted the garlic. And look at the amount of grass that has germinated, right? If we had done the false sowing here. Well, actually, right now what we would do is simply turn over all the soil again and remove all these new shoots. Was having already planted, it's more hassle, more confusion, because we have to be careful with the plants we've sown. Well, that's why the false sowing method is done, to avoid this here. Although the example I showed you did not serve as an illustration, it did in this case. This one takes the same time as the other. In preparing, in getting ready. In fact, the garlic is already sprouting, as you can see there. And it's full of grass. So now the problem is that I have to clean all this bed of grasses. But very careful not to damage the garlic. While in the case of the false sowing, the only thing that should have been done right now is to pass through again, well, the double-handled fork or any tool. If we don't feel like using the double-handled fork, we can use our hands and remove the new shoots, or even doing something like this, a small. With that movement of substrates, we are already killing the new shoots that come out, okay? So it's simple, easy, and truly recommended. Well, yes, it is a shame that we haven't been able to see it in this garden bed. However, new little plants have started germinating, so it's not work wasted either. It's ideal to do it regularly. If I had done it where the garlic is, I wouldn't have the problem I have right now. Now, in this raised bed, I am going to do the work of, again, using the double-handled pitchfork. And we will have saved ourselves from new plants or competing plants emerging. As you have seen in the case of the garlic, we really do have quite a bit of work there. If we had done it, I can assure you that right now there wouldn't be a single sprouted plant. So anyway, at least we have understood the concept of why we do the bed or the false sowing in the beds. And I hope the video has been helpful to you. So anyway, garden friends, I remind you that I leave a WhatsApp channel in the video description where you can stay updated, you can subscribe, and the only thing I'll send you is every Thursday the videos we upload. This way, you don't have to keep an eye on YouTube, as it hasn't been notifying well about the videos lately. And simply, by joining that channel every Thursday, I'll provide them to you, like the video I just uploaded. So nothing else, gardeners. See you next Thursday on the La Huertina de Toni channel. Goodbye. I really hope this video has been helpful because it is very interesting.